Hey, Ezra Peek here, and today, I'm back again with another video. And today's video, guys, we're gonna be learning about properties. So, while scripting them. So, the script. So, there's some confusion. So, there's gonna be two parts to this. Apparently, there's only gonna be one. I made a file, but I deleted it because it just had too many noises. The volume was way too low, and it just wasn't good, you know. So, this is the second try. But let's get started into it. So let's insert a part. We're gonna be using script.parent once again as so let's insert a script into the part and delete the print hello world. So now, if you remember, the script is the child of the part, and the part is the child of the workspace, while the part is the parent of the script, while the workspace is the parent of the part. It kind of works like a folder. Anything inside the folder is the child. Anything out the folder is the parent. All right, but we already talked about that in the last episode. So yeah, let's begin. So I want to make two parts to this. So since this is going to be a two-part episode, since this is going to be a two-part video, I'm going to go take my time with this and actually explain it, because when I first did this, I didn't explain it very well. So, firstly, you know how to do brick color. So it's like script. This is the script. Dot parent. So now we access the script's parent. Now we access this part here. Dot brick color, like we explained in the last episode. So now we're inside its brick color. But what are we going to change it to? So we're going to change, it's going to equal brick color dot new, which means we're going to create a new brick color. And then inside there, let's change it to cyan. Alright. So now it will change the brick color from camo to cyan. Also, guys, let's do script.parent.transparency. Alright, it's gonna equal 0.5. Alright, we already went through this in the last episode about the children and parents, because it was just way too short, so I decided to make it a little bit longer. And as you see here, it is cyan blue, and the transparency of it is 0.5. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill myself because apparently I say 0.5 instead of 0.5. Aren't I crazy? Just ignore the 0.5, guys. Okay, anyway, let's continue on. So let's put a wait, because I want to wait. So wait 2 seconds. Now, let's go on. So, I want to change the material of it, right? Well, what's this? Material. So, the material of this part here is diamond plate. Alright, so here's how you access the material part of it. So we do script.parent.material. Material. And now in strings, we're gonna put in what we want. I want it to be, if you look here, there's a bunch of them. So there's brick, fabric, foil, grass, ice. We're gonna do fabric. So let's do fabric. So once again, guys, in the printing tutorial, if you don't, we went over this in the printing tutorial, the tutorial number 1. But if you like do it without strings, then the script is gonna think this right here is a line of code. Now, what does this line of code do? Since it doesn't do anything, it's gonna equal nil. Nil means 0. That's like saying that's script.parent.material equals nil, or script.parent.material equals false. That's what this That's what this pretty much means. But if you put it in strings, then the script is going to know that we're going to change the property of material to this part. So that's how you pretty much do it once, and if you run it. As see here, if you look really closely, see, it was diamond plate. Now, if you look really closely, it's a material kind of part. Now, the material of it is fabric, or let's change this to brick. So, what this is going to do is that it's going to change its brick color to cyan. It's going to change the transparency of the part to 0.5. It's going to wait 2 seconds. And then it's going to change the material of the part to brick. Alright? You can mess with the material, the brick color, and all that stuff. And as you see there, it went from diamond plate to brick. So yeah, as you can mess with the brick color. There are like so many brick colors that you can choose from, all custom. Alright? Now let's see here, what's this color? Alright, this is called color 3, as I believe. Color 3, yeah, color 3. We're not gonna touch color 3, alright? Let's not touch that. But it pretty much changes the color of that part changes the shade of that color. Alright, so if you want it really dark, it's gonna say really black. If you want it really light, it's gonna say lime brownish yellow green. I don't even know how that's a freaking color in this part, but we're not gonna touch that, right? So the next one is reflectance. Now, reflectance is like if you like highlight over it, specifies how shiny the part is. The value of 1 is completely reflective, chrome, while the value of 0 has no reflectance, concrete wall. So let's change it to 0.5. Yeah. When I did this, what's funny is that when this was it actually turned it blue. That was like really weird. But it's not working right now, alright? So I wouldn't recommend touching the reflectance, but you guys can figure it out. I think it does work. I tried it in the first take of this video. So let's see if all this line of code. And I want to change the brick color because I don't like it. You know, I want to change it because I really do not like the color of the part. I want to pick a random brick color. So I'm going to pick a random brick color like we did in the last tutorial. We went through brick color.random. It picks a random brick color. Alright, so this right here picks a random brick color. Alright, so going down the list, we got the position. We're going to go through this in another tutorial. It's called Vector 3. And that also goes for size as well. So, what can we edit? Well, we're not going to edit anything in the data place yet. Not yet. So, here's one of them. I forgot this one. Anchored. So what does anchored do? Well, when anchored is false, let's say we put it in the air and anchored is false, right? When we run it, as you see here, it falls to the ground. Now let's say you want it stuck in the air. Well, that's when you can and when anchored is set to true, it will stay stuck in the air. So yeah. So we're gonna change it. So let's say it's not anchored, alright? I want it anchored, alright? So all I have to do is script.parent.anchored is gonna equal true. Alright, so this will change the part's brick color to a random color, and then it will set anchored to true. So if we test this, it will work. As you see here, it did work. It's stuck in the air. It's not gonna fall to the ground. All right. Let's say it's true, and we want it false. Once again, we can go anchored. We can turn it to false, and then when we test, oh my god. Then when we test it, the part will fall to the ground. Now it's not stuck in the arrow no more. Now it fell to the ground. So now let's go down. Let's see what else there is. Can collide. Alright then, so what is can collide? Well, can collide is when the player, if can collide set to true, the player cannot walk through the part. Alright? Let me show you. So when can collide's true, the player cannot walk through the part. Alright? The player cannot walk through the part if it's set to true. But if it's set to false, then the player can walk through the part. As see here, the player can walk through the part. Like I've said a billion other times. So, let's say it's true, and we don't want it true. We want it false. Well then, let's take anchored off. Let's say script.parent that can collide. And see here, what's cool is that when you underline it, it will tell you the description of that, whatever it's called. I don't know. Object. Bool. Can collide. Determines whether physical interaction with other party. Yeah. Okay. So can collide. We're gonna make that false. So now when we play it, we can walk through the part. And as you see here, we can walk through the part. It did its job. The script picked a random brick color, which is always Parmesan, like whatever, and then it turned can collide to false. Now there's one more property I'm gonna go through, and that's locked. What is locked? Pretty much nobody in the scripting community talks about locked anymore. What is locked? Locked is pretty much if you can move it, right? So right now, locked is set to false. That means I can move it around to wherever I want, alright? But if locked is set to true, I can't move it anywhere. I can literally not move it, alright? That means I have to go into Explore, select the part, and then set it to false. If it's set to false, then I can move it wherever I want. So, it's a pretty pointless property. That's why it's not talked about. That's why you really don't know about it. But I'm just going to mention it, alright? And then there's shape. But I'm going to explain that and go over the properties again in a short part 2 of this video.